You might be familiar with the classic Polar tip-up. You know what? It just got better. I'm going to show you some neat things. First of all, if you're not familiar with the Polar, these tip-ups all have some great features, just packed with features, like the V-shaped frame, wider at the top, narrow at the base, so it won't freeze down in the slush around your hole. This model comes with a 500-foot spool, and I'm going to show you something special here in a little bit too. But for now, 500-foot spool. You've got a line guide here that allows you to drop your line into place, even if you're rigged up. And it always turns into position whenever a fish bites, no matter what direction they bite from. We've got a multiple setting trip shaft here with a grooved side for a heavier trip when you're fishing bigger baits or harder biting fish, and the smooth side for when you're fishing lighter presentations or more dainty biting fish. Set up real simply. All Polar tip-ups guaranteed against freeze up because the shaft goes through the center of this tube. It's surrounded by a freeze-proof lubricant. Put this down in the hole, no matter how much ice forms around the tube in the hole, you never have to worry about the trip mechanism freezing because it's always free. It always turns the way it's supposed to. We also have a wind trip mechanism on here. So if you're fishing in a lot of wind, you don't have to worry about getting false flags, but when that fish bites, the trip still pops freely. Now, let me show you a really neat feature of this new tip-up. This actually has an interchangeable spool, so this comes with two spools. We've got one here, and I've changed the color of the line so you can see what I'm doing, but basically, if you want to put heavier backing on one spool, or you want to change out the leader material or the hook size, you can actually switch over, go to a different spool, just like you might do in summer with your reel, where you have one that's spooled up with a little heavier or lighter line than another. You do the same thing here, plus you can change out your leaders. So, Polar tip-up, it just got better. New improvement, interchangeable spool. This particular model and system comes with two spools. You rig it up the way you want to. It makes you more versatile. It's going to help you catch more fish.